It's raining, man. Shit gonna fuck up my fucking leather, man.
Shit ain't leather, nigga.
Fuck you, who the fuck is you, fam? Yo, fam.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another figure review. I don't know why Optimus just said that. Do you think you can say the word? Leave it down in the comments below. But today we have Mafex Homelander. I waited about 2 weeks after ordering this guy to get him because I think whoever I ordered from messed up the shipping and didn't send it out when they said they did. But I got him. He's here safe. He looks great. But compared to some of the other Mafex I own, there's quite a few things that I don't like about this Homelander. But we'll get into that. Here's the 5 points right here on the screen. I hope you liked the intro. I'm going to do more of those. Hopefully voicing them myself. All right. Let's start with accessories. Right back at it. You get this stoic, neutral head. Of course, you get this smiling, happy head. And then you get these laser eyes head. But no laser eyes. Which to me was kind of a bummer. But whatever. You get these nice, relaxed, or like item grabbing hands. Oop, dropped one of them. But you know, just like kind of hanging there or holding on to something. You get these spread out hands. I think this is kind of remake the little thing he does when he flies.
Terrific.
Then you also get just, you know, splayed out neutral hands. Just, again, kind of just hang there or like press up against something or like pushing someone. Just thumbs up hands. And then pointing hands. So you can go yummers.
Just wanted to cram in as much yummers possible, huh? Yummers.
Yeah. So you get pointy hands. They're alright. Overall, for the accessories, I feel like, yeah, there's a lot you could do with this stuff here. I don't know. I also feel like there's really nothing. A lot of these hands are kind of hard to use because he's a little limited in some parts. We'll get over this when we go to articulation. But here, let's do some size comparisons. Here's him next to a nice Marvel Legend Spider-Man. And he's kind of short. Was a little disappointed when I did this matchup. Yeah, let's see. He's getting like looking straight up. But yeah, there they are, side by side. And I feel like Mafex sometimes is really weird with the proportions, and this is one of the ones where it really gets me, because, you know, it's Homelander. He's supposed to be kind of towering. Here's another Marvel Legend. Again, oh, let me fix his feet here. But again, it's kind of just the same thing. He's just a little bit shorter than these two guys here. Which, when he's posed by himself, you won't really be able to notice, but you're going to have to do some messing around if you want to make him look nice with other figures. But here's NECA RoboCop, and yeah, again, just the height difference is worse here. The height difference with NECA is already bad compared to most 1/12 scale figures, and here it's just really bad. So I don't know. I don't get why Mafex has so many strange proportions when it comes to figures. Now we're on to looks, and this figure looks phenomenal. Okay, I saw the promo photos, and I didn't think he'd look as good in hand. I think he looks better. You get these nice gold accents here on the wrist. The face sculpts, in my opinion, are just perfect. I totally see Anthony Starr in these. I see every horrifying moment I've watched in The Boys. I love it. I love the gold accents of the eagles here. The belt, the boots have the nice seal, the stamp here. The texturing of the suit is just phenomenal. And then the cape. This cape blew me away. I pulled it out of the box and was expecting kind of, you know, the Mafex Hush Batman cape material. This feels like flag material. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it feels like a stiff flag. I just love it. I love everything about how this figure looks. I feel like he looks ripped right out of the screen. I'm a big fan of how it looks. I have no issues with any of it. Now that's where it gets rough. Articulation. So, unfortunately, despite my liking of this figure, you got a nice ball swivel here, right? Which is alright. It's a little stiff for me, but most Mafex come in stiff. This is how far it goes back. Alright. And then that's how far it goes forward. Then you got pivot here in the abdomen, which only gets you a little bit more. And then if you want to go back, it only gets you a little bit back. So, not too much going around in the chest. I'd like to do a comfortable superhero landing pose. I've tried to do it already, and it looks a little off-putting. The head here, as far as you can go back, as far as you can go forward. But then if you go over here, the collar really kind of limits that, which I kind of assume would be an issue. My thing here is these eagles. They look really nice, but you see here the arms can kind of drop down, I believe, because you can move these around for different looks. But my thing is they really limit a lot of the articulation here. Like, these things kind of just get in the way of so much when it comes to this figure, that like this how his arms are spread out. And I feel like this one is this arm here is really different from this arm here. Like, as you can see, like that's the drop down on that. I feel like there's some weird thing going on here with the arm joint that's not even really working properly. I don't know. I just think the articulation is weird on this figure. You can get a nice kick in. Oh, there goes the background. But you can get a nice kick in. But that's kind of the most you can do with these legs. The boot has no swivel, and the ankle has no pivot. There's no ankle pivot. That's the most tilt you're gonna get out of that. And the toe pivot also blows. That's it for toe pivot. At that point, why even give it to me? This is not doing anyone any favors. So, I don't know. I just find it hard to do like a solid pose where like he's kind of like angry and like rah, like this, you know, like getting ready to square up with somebody. I find this pose kind of lame because there's no ankle pivot here to help me with that. And when I'm talking about ankle pivot, for those that don't know, well, here, look at the Spidey here. His leg can go all the way like that. So you can get a nice dynamic pose. I know that Homelander isn't the most dynamic person in the planet, but, you know, for what you're paying, I would kind of want that. It might be a nitpick for me. I don't know how important it is for you guys. But I don't know. I just feel like it would help a lot with poses if I can, you know, swivel this ankle. I don't know. But the arms also only go up to there. That's it on the arms. Same with this one. And, yeah, kind of flying poses are a little weird. Because if you don't have this back, like going up, you're just going to not see his face. I'm very disappointed with the articulation of this figure. Especially, you know, like, these figures are almost $100. Depending where you get them. And I luckily snagged the reissue, so I was able to get them for retail. But, you know, I just kind of expected a little bit better articulation. I wish the Eagles didn't inhibit a lot of it. And the ankle pivot, I don't feel like it was too much to ask for. Especially since I believe Billy Butcher had it. Homelander's not too happy with me after I said about the articulation. But we're going into price. I paid $90.82 for this guy. The shipping alone was around $20 from the site I ordered from. It's just so you can get the figure at a nice price, and then you pay for how you want it shipped. But yeah, I paid $90 for this figure. I do feel like the looks alone kind of help me feel better about that, but just a lot of the articulation kind of makes me question if 90 was worth it. I feel like a lot of this articulation and the size of it would kind of be the same as a NECA. I just don't think this cape would be the same, or the head sculpts, of course. But I don't know. I was a little disappointed for what I paid. If anyone paid the resale price for when this guy first came out, which like had it at like 180 to 200, my God, I'm so sorry. Now let's get to fun. Like I said, because of a lot of this articulation that doesn't do so hot, like these feet can't even swivel back. That's the most you get, and then there's no toe pivot. I feel like it's fun the second you take it out of the box, but when you're really trying to get it into some dynamic poses, messing around with some characters, I feel like that's when it gets a little bit more difficult to have fun with this figure. I know Homelander's not doing the craziest stuff in the show, like moving around, like super flexible, but like, I don't know. I feel like this figure is a mediocre amount of fun. He has to be paired up with the right things. I have plenty of blood accessories, which I think have made him a bit more fun for me. Like the ones from the last video, these really pair well with like how he treats enemies and stuff like that. But yeah, again, for the price, it's kind of hard to have fun when you're like, ah, man, my other figure has that and didn't cost 3 times the price that I bought this one for. Why doesn't this one have it? Or like I have other Mafex and I'm like, why didn't they just bring that in? I don't know, but it's a good figure. It's solid. If especially just one of those people that wants to just display it on a shelf and not really pose with it or take photos with it. Unfortunately, I am the last. I want to take photos. I want to pose. I want to get the most action I can get out of it and then do it all over again. But I don't know. I think the fun is very mediocre here. Oh, someone came to crash the end of the review here. Optimus, you're getting your review next video. A little promotion there. But Homelander with a 0.7 in accessories, a 1 in looks, a 0.4 in articulation, a 0.3 in price, and a 0.5 in fun gets him a solid score of 2.9. Just a little bit below mediocre. If you're a big boys fan, I say get it if you can get it for a good price. A good price would be retail or below, preferably. But if you're not, and you're just kind of someone who sees him in the memes and you're like, oh, I want a Homelander figure, he seems fun, I would go for one of the lower retail ones, like a NECA. Otherwise, I think you might be a little disappointed like me. I do love how he looks. He's going to look great in whatever photos I do take of him. It's just, there's not a lot of those that I can do, I feel like. I've tried the superhero landing pose, and it's kind of really hard to get looking okay. I haven't been able to yet, but I'll try and figure it out. I'm worried about breaking something. He was $90. But overall, I think the cape is great. I think he looks great. But there's just some small design flaws and little nitpicks here and there that really do affect the overall enjoyability of this figure. So he gets 2.9. Might be a little harsh, but oh well. There's going to be some photos at the end here, socials in the bio, and I'll show them on screen here right now. And then, yeah, thank you for watching. I really hope this was informative. If you're thinking of buying this guy, I'd be weary. Just really think, is this the guy I want to get right now? Or should I hold off? I was lucky enough to get him in the reissue. some people might be buying on the secondhand market, and because of the popularity of the show and the character itself, unfortunately he goes a little high. So I'd be careful with that. I wouldn't pay too much for him. But yeah, thank you for watching, and have a good day.